everyone, my name is Alyssa and welcome back to the 5 Foot Test Kitchen. If you are new here, I make about 2 videos a week, sometimes lifestyle, but mostly baking. So if that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stick around to see what I make today. Today I will be making the Baked Oatmeal Cups by Salt and Baker blog. And a lot of you may be trying to use what's in your pantry right now, or you've got limited resources. So I think this is a really good recipe that you can make for breakfasts, for if kids are at home out of school, or anything like that. So I think this is a really good option for you. It's quick, it's simple. Kids can even help you make this. It's a really easy recipe, and you should probably have most of this in your pantry or in your fridge already. So let's get started. For this recipe, you will need quick cooking oats, light brown sugar, baking powder, salt, and ground cinnamon, eggs, vegetable oil, and almond milk. You can use regular milk as well, but whichever works. We like to use almond milk a lot because it's shelf stable until you open it. So we just get a big box of all the different cartons from Costco and then just keep it on our shelf and then open one at a time, which is really useful. Vanilla extract, which I still need to grab, chocolate chips. It says sliced almonds, but I'm just going to use pecan chips or pecan chips, however you say that, because we don't have sliced almonds right now, and I didn't want to go to the store and deal with it. So I think this will be just as good. It just maybe isn't quite as pretty, but this is definitely something that you can adapt to the recipe. And then also shredded sweetened coconut. Again, we don't have that in our pantry right now, and I'm not a huge coconut fan, so I think this recipe will be just as good without it. So let's get started. To begin, you will be preheating your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you will spray your muffin tins with oil. I actually just lined them with little baking cups because I feel like even when I spray my muffin tins, it's still really hard to get out. It's a whole thing. So I'm just gonna use the paper cups, and I had some cute Easter ones that I wanted to use anyways, and I'm probably not gonna be making too many cupcakes, and they're super cute, so I just wanted to use those. So we'll do that, not quite as eco-friendly, but it'll make the cleanup a lot easier as well. So now we are going to put in a large bowl, we're going to whisk the oats, brown sugar, baking powder, salt, and cinnamon. So, stick that in there. And cook around things. And get this all mixed up. So this is really great for breakfasts, or like you can bake ahead. They said that in the recipe you can freeze this for up to a month, which is super nice for meal prepping, or if you want to make stuff for like kids sports teams, so that if they need stuff for breakfasts before they go to tournaments or anything like that, this is a really good option for that. It's nice little bite size. You can also add protein powder to it if you want, about a scoop of protein powder, whichever one you like the flavor of. I'm not going to do that this round, but I think next time I might do that just to see how that adds extra flavor and extra protein to help keep you full longer. So I think I'll do that next time for sure. But if you make this recipe and you add the protein, let us know how it works in the description box or in the comments below. I don't know why I always insist on saying description box, but let us know if it works for you guys too. Alright, so we have that all mixed together, pretty simple. And then now we are going to, in a medium bowl, add together whisk the eggs, almond milk, oil, and vanilla. So let's get the eggs in there. So what are your go-to breakfasts? I am very much so, I love having oatmeal for breakfast. Oatmeal and potatoes. I don't eat too many eggs. I just don't necessarily love eggs, so I don't eat tons of them. But what's your go-to? Do you like sweet or savory for breakfast? And the vanilla. All right, and let's whisk this together. All right, so we have it all mixed together, nothing special. It's a little frothy. So now we're just going to add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients and mix this all together. See, I think kids would be really good at helping with this. It'd be super simple for them, not tons of a mess for you to clean up. And then they get to eat it, enjoy it, and it's pretty healthy. You don't have to add the chocolate chips on top if you don't want, but I think it adds a little bit of extra flavor. You could put whatever kind of chocolate chips you want on top, or you could add like banana chips afterwards. I think that'd be really good. Basically anything. And instead of the brown sugar, you could probably add any kind of sweetener you'd want. I'm not sure what the conversions would be for that, but that might be an option as well. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention for conversions, glad I reminded myself this. Instead of the oil, if you want to substitute with unsweetened applesauce, you can just do a 1-to-1 conversion. So instead of the 1/4 cup and 1 tablespoon of oil, you could do the 1/4 cup and 1 tablespoon of unsweetened applesauce. Again, I had oil, not applesauce, but that is a really good conversion to make. So make it a little bit healthier and a little less oil. So that is an option if that is something you like to do. You can definitely do that. So now we are going to fill the cups so that they are 3/4 of the way full. Then we are going to stick them in the oven that's at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes until they're set and golden on top. So then, once you get them out of the oven, before I forget and put them in the oven and don't let you know this, you are going to remove them from the oven and let them cool in the tins for about 3 minutes. And then you're going to remove them from the tins and get them on a wire rack to cool the rest of the way. Once they're on the wire rack, if you want to put the sliced almonds and the shredded coconut or whatever you want to put on top of these, you are going to do so once they're on the wire rack. So, I also forgot, after we get these cups 3/4 of the way full, we are going to top them with the chocolate chips. So that's when they go into play. So, I'll get these filled, show them to you before we get them in the oven, and then after that I will come back and taste test them for you. So, let's get started getting these filled. Alright, so this is what they sort of look like before you put the chocolate chips on, just about 3/4 of the way full. I got a dozen of them, so I think that's a pretty good amount. Enough if you're not going to freeze them, you can eat through those in a week, no problem. And especially if you have some kids helping you eat them, I'm sure they will go a lot faster. So I'm going to top these with the chocolate chips. You can use regular sized chocolate chips. I just have mini chips on hand. Because I typically just get those because then it can kind of be used for anything. So just gonna get these topped. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just get them on there. I honestly think the regular size probably would be better because it won't melt quite as much, but we're kind of just using what we have in our pantry here. I was gonna make a different recipe, but it needed potatoes because I was gonna do a cottage pie for St. Patrick's Day, but right now a lot of stores don't have potatoes around me, so that would have been a little bit difficult. So we're just working with what we've got, and we're gonna make some easy recipes for you guys to try out as well. So I don't know if I'm gonna need this full 1/3 of a cup of chocolate chips. It's not looking like it, but maybe we'll add a few more after they're baked. So we're gonna get these in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes and then get them out 3 minutes and then back on the wire racks, and then top them with the pecans, nuts, almonds, coconut shreds, whatever you want to top them with. Do what your heart desires. So I'm gonna get these in the oven and then I'll be back to taste them. Alright, so the muffins are out of the oven and this is how they turned out. Just a little bit of a close-up of one. They look really delicious. I'm super excited to try this. I think it'll be a really good breakfast option. My husband tried one earlier and he said, yeah, these would be really great for breakfast. So let's try these. They're a little messy, let's try it. So this is gonna be a really good breakfast option. I think you should really try it. It's nice and sweet and kids are really gonna enjoy it. Eat it with a piece of fruit or something, and I think you've got a good, well-balanced breakfast. And it can go on the go. Once they're a little more cooled, it'll be a lot easier to eat kind of with your hands. So let me know if you try it out, if you make it with your pantry items right now, and what you end up putting on top of it. Because the sky's the limit. You don't have to add the chocolate chips if you don't want, but I think it adds a little bit extra to it. So as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and look in the description box below for all of the recipes and the links to where you can find all of the ingredients. And as always, don't forget to have a nice night, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.